Queen.
There
we
goes.
Live.
Hey everybody, how y'all doing today?
Hi everybody, welcome to our live stream. We're the movie couple. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
Not Justin. Dustin.
Dustin with a D.
Like Hoffman. And we're so glad you are taking the time out of your Saturday and hanging out with us, whether it's morning or night, your time. We appreciate you guys joining us. Hello, how are you?
Hello, give you all a big hug, 6 feet away.
Luckily, it's an internet hug, so it's like, they can't. Oh, like, I think we have somebody who wants to say hello before we get started.
Oh,
she does this every time, and
right
she
when we get started,
every
you kind
time.
of know. Oh, this most Navi face.
Navi makes a lot of appearances on our TikTok, which is just my name, Wendy Zaney on TikTok. If you happen to have TikTok, I'm not saying go download it. You guys probably don't need another social media platform, but
oh my gosh,
Navi and Falcor make some appearances, and we're kind of in there too
on
TikTok.
Every now and again.
Yeah, and if you guys want to follow us everywhere, we are at the movie couple _ on Twitter. Me, it's just my name, Wendy Lee Zaney, on Twitter and Instagram. And then if you want to follow us on Instagram, it's the movie couple, no underscore, because that one was not taken. That one was open and free, but the Twitter one, like both movie couple and the movie couple were both taken. And I was like, I guess I have to add an underscore to it. Why not? Her ear looks so fluffy.
It's
Look
so poofy.
Oh, she got groomed since you guys last saw her. Oh no, they saw her on Wednesday's stream.
Yeah.
So in today's live stream, we're going to be talking about some more movie release delay pushbacks and whatnot. We're going to talk about what we've been watching, what we've been doing. There's a new movie coming out, not anytime soon, but in development, I'm assuming, by Olivia Wilde, who I love. It's got Florence Pugh in it, and I love her so much. We're going to talk about Avatar: The Last Airbender coming soon to Netflix, all 3 seasons.
Another thing to binge.
Yay! Even though we've seen it multiple times.
Many times.
We actually are holding our friends' DVD copies hostage, so I kind of feel bad because he probably could have used this during the quarantine. Yeah. Sorry, Adam. And we're going to talk about probably our latest binge show, which is Netflix's Too Hot to Handle. We're gonna play some Mad Libs, and we also do have a giveaway today. I got a real gem for you guys today. I saw this and I was like, I think this will be funny just to see if anybody's gonna even want it. Cinderella, but not regular Cinderella. Cinderella 2 and 3, apparently. So there's a digital, so you get 2 movies in one. If you have kids or, like cousins, nephews, and this could be a gift for them. So Cinderella 2 is about dreams come true. A newly crowned princess, Cinderella, finds that her royal responsibilities are more challenging than she's ever dreamed. I feel like they could turn this into like a Meghan Markle and Harry story.
Oh, yeah.
Easily, right?
No, very true.
I don't know if anyone could prepare anybody ready for, like, the tabloids and everything she's going to get wrapped up in.
Oh, yeah, true.
And I feel bad. I was like, just let them live. Let them live. And then we have Cinderella 3, also. A twist in time, Cinderella and her prince are blissfully happy until her stepmother steals fairy godmother's wand and wreaks havoc. What? Wow, if anyone should not get a magic wand, it would be her evil stepmother. She is, like, terrible. Like, just
That's why they call her the evil stepmother.
So yeah, that is what we will be doing in our live stream today. So if you want your own digital copy of Cinderella 2 and 3, 2 for 1, guys, go ahead and let us know in the comments. And this, unfortunately, is for U.S. residents only. So if you're a U.S. resident, you're interested in this, it's free, why not? Go ahead and leave your name in the chat, and we'll pick it out towards the end of the show.
Yep, after we do some Guardians of the Galaxy Mad Libs.
Yeah, Dustin picked them out, and there's 2 of them. So
they're a little short because they're like the free ones that they show you. So I was like, okay, click and paste. So we can do 2 little short ones today, but fortunately they are both the same theme. Yeah.
So very, very exciting. So what we've been up to, well, it's only been Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's been about 2 days since we last saw you guys, since the last live stream. But I feel like I've been actually pretty busy. Like I feel like I had to shift my schedule because it was just going to be our regular content creating days and editing days. But I think some of you guys know I host from time to time with Sideshow Collectibles. So I actually got to host one of their daily shows yesterday. And it's called See It, Win It, and we gave away the Obi-Wan Kenobi Mythos 6-scale figure by Sideshow, and
I was so jealous.
I was like drooling at the mouth.
A part of me was like, hey, can I enter to win? Because it is a really nice piece.
Yes.
I mean, I was like, I want that up in our living room or somewhere in the bedroom.
We have shelves that are empty, so that can easily go there. And like the Mythos collection is really cool because it's kind of what you would envision this character would be within this time frame. That's not really like actually depicted anywhere else in film or books.
And honestly, it's that one area of time that I really want to see explored. And they said that they're going to be exploring it in the Obi-Wan series that's coming out on Disney Plus. And it's that time when Obi-Wan's on Tatooine, and he looks like, scavenger Obi-Wan Kenobi, and it is just beautifully detailed. His look is a very good combination of like a young, what's his name?
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness. I want to say Ewan
McGregor.
I want to say Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
But no, he's younger Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Alec Guinness, so it's a good combination of the two.
Yes.
So I would really if we can ever get it, we might have to maybe see if we can drop some money on it or something, because it is a really cool piece. But
yeah, we'll see. Yeah, because I can't because I work for Sideshow, even though freelance and like from time to time, because like we're associated. I don't think he can enter either. So
It might be a little weird. They're like, and the winner of this incredibly awesome piece is Wendy's husband.
Yeah,
wait a second.
That's like, hey, wait a minute. That's like the whole McDonald's.
Hey, what happened?
That's like the whole McDonald's Monopoly thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's no good. So we can find a way to save up money and get our own pieces. But yeah, that's what we've been up to. I'm actually recording a couple of more other things today. That's not the movie couple. I don't want to say too much. It's kind of not my project to talk about.
Yeah.
So, but it's kind of exciting to have a little bit of work here and there during all this. And Navi, she's now finally in her comfort zone.
Yeah, she's like, I love this. Oh, give me the belly rubs.
Give me the belly rubs.
The belly rubs for Navi. Oh, you're such a cute little puppy.
Oh, God.
No, she missed. She didn't actually.
Oh, God.
You're so cute.
We don't know what you lick when we're not watching you.
We know what she licks when we're not watching her.
We're not going to talk about that, though. So, you guys, thank you so much for being here. That's what we've been up to lately. We've been watching a lot of Clone Wars.
Yeah.
If you have watched the last episode, you can check out our spoiler review, which premiered earlier on our channel, like early this morning. So it's
one of the best episodes I think I have seen out of multiple seasons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I know there's a total of 7 seasons, and I have to go back and watch all of them, because all of them, I just remember when I first started being like, this is awesome, this is cool, holy cow, it's getting dark, and then it's just more and more intense, and I just it was Clone Wars altogether is just a great series.
Yeah,
even the one that Cartoon Network did for a while, where it was
was it the animated one?
It was an animated one.
I don't think I like that one too much.
They like released it in like little 5-minute bits, and I have to admit, I liked it.
Oh, good.
I thought it was cool animation. I thought the way that they choreographed a lot of the fight scenes was really cool.
Yeah.
So, and it was the first, cartoon that attempted to do something like this.
This is true. Yeah, it's been it's been a treat to watch Clone Wars, and it's like something I have to look forward to every Friday. And when that ends on May the 4th, Star Wars Day, we can then watch the first episode of Disney Gallery on The Mandalorian. Awesome. Oh my God, we have a trailer reaction up for that too if you want to check it out. Like I'm just so happy there's like continuous new Star Wars content.
Yes.
In the
very
TV
true
world. So that's all really, really exciting. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the chat real quick and just see kind of what
everyone's doing.
Yeah, how everybody's been doing. There is somebody at the very beginning, Noah. Hopefully you're still in the chat because you were like one of the first people hanging out in here. Wrote that, and this is kind of a perfect segue into our topic. Scoob, the animated film, originally was going to get released in the theaters, and got canceled. The theatrical release got canceled, which we all know why. And now it's going to be released on digital platforms on May 15th. And Noah says basically it's planned release date before the COVID happened. So we are definitely going to talk about that, and amongst some of the other movie dates that's been pushed back. What a surprise.
Yeah.
That we're hearing more of a pushback. So we will talk about that. I'm going to scroll through the chat a little bit more to see what you guys are talking about.
It's just a constant run of things that are going to get pushed back, things that are going to get moved.
Yeah.
And, a lot of these things, I'm pretty sure that we're like, if the studios are like, well, you know what, this wasn't going to be a big box office breaker to begin with. Why don't we just release it on streaming, and maybe we can get some money through there, and then we don't have to pay like the theaters when it does come out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see which other movies actually get the chop, so to speak, and be like, all right, just put it out on streaming.
Exactly. And with that said, I think we can dive into our first topic there, and let me just find it. So aside from Scoops having its movie release date canceled and now releasing on digital platform, which I think it's going to be good for them, because look what happened with Troll World Tour.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't watched it. We will. But I actually really like the first Troll.
Yeah, me too. I have to admit, it was a lot darker than I thought it was going to be. I was like, whoa, they're talking about these little trolls that are trying to run for their lives because they might get eaten, kind of thing. And it's dark.
Yeah, it got pretty dark, and I'm happy that, like, it makes sense that there would be another one, like a follow-up. And it
did pretty well in theaters too.
This is true, it did. And I remember at first, because I like the Justin Timberlake song that went with it, I was like, yeah, okay, and that's about as far as...
It was nominated for an Academy Award, wasn't it?
It opened the Oscars, actually, and I was like, oh, this is, okay, JT, you go on. But what I'm excited about you're going to think it's so funny and it's very me. I may have told you already why I'm excited about Trolls World Tour.
Oh.
So you know how the Trolls, they like sing and they have like various music. Like the other one, they have like
country
smooth jazz. Yeah. So in this one, they have a K-pop group.
Oh, wait. They do?
I think it's either Twice or Red Velvet.
Oh,
it's not
that's
Blackpink.
Cool.
It's not my little Blink heart is very sad, but I also love Red Velvet and I love Twice, and I can't remember which one. I want to say it was Red Velvet that they like modeled after, or like they actually did the video. I'm not sure, but I think that's like the similarity in it. So I'm kind of like excited about that, to see what kind of music we're gonna hear.
Yeah, and
I'll watch it just for that.
A range of music too, and it just seems like a really fun movie.
It does. It does. So we haven't watched it yet, and we will. Speaking of some of the other movies we haven't watched yet, sorry, we're gonna pivot real quick. I know that Bad Education came out on HBO, and Extraction came out on Netflix, so we will be getting to those, and we will watch them, and we will have our non-spoiler review up for those movies when we can get to them, probably soon. And then, so let's go back to talking about some of the movie
our actual
dates.
Topic that we decided to put up on the screen.
Sorry.
Well, no, it's okay. I mean,
segue.
So, I mean, what is it? I mean, just like so many other things, there's constantly moving of dates of movies that we have been dying to see since last year they were announced at Comic-Con. Yeah. And just now knowing that some of the movies that we're just drooling over, we're like, great, now we've got to wait even longer. But, it makes sense. Everything in the world's getting pushed back. Every sports seasons are getting pushed back.
We just don't know. This whole situation is so uncertain. There's still so much more we are learning about, and like they're just you just have to give it time. And it's kind of like, for me too, like people are saying that they're running out of patience. It's like, I feel like I kind of am too, but then like, what am I gonna do?
Yeah.
We have no control over what the virus is gonna do, how it's gonna mutate, how it affects every single person. But I'd rather like play on the safe side, make sure like we don't get like sick or whatever. So,
but yeah,
just a lot of deep breaths and being patient about.
I mean, the way they did the NFL draft was new and different, but they found a way to do it.
They found a way to do it, and I think it helps take people's it gives them a sense of like normalcy in their lives, because that's something a lot of people were looking forward to. We're not really into sports, but like I get how important that is to a lot of people. So I'm glad that they found a way to do that.
The way we feel about movies is the same way
and
that
K-pop.
and K-pop is the same way some people feel about football, basketball, baseball.
Yeah.
And they feel the same way about losing out on these things as we do.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, everyone's kind of in the same boat.
Exactly. And for the movies that are getting new release dates, what I like about this one is Sony and Marvel, remember earlier, they were kind of like butting heads on like over Spider-Man, right? And now they're in cahoots again. I mean, they were already figured it out, but they are kind of helping each other out as far as movie release dates go. So I'm just gonna read it off my notes here. So Spider-Man: Homecoming, what's the word? Sequel. I was like, what's the word? They're moving that to November 5th of 2021 instead of the original date of July 16th of next year. And then Disney announced that Doctor Strange 2 is not going to be coming out anymore on November 5th, 2021, because now Spider-Man has taken its spot. Then, so instead that's going to come out on March 25th, 2022. And I kind of like that too, because it all belongs in the same. I know Marvel is Disney and Sony gets Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like that's their thing. But I like that because they've already kind of done the work to kind of make it for all of us like a part of the MCU. So it makes sense that they're going to say, well, we'll move this and we'll keep everything flowing as it should.
It makes sense that they would want to make sure that the movies that have connections from one movie to another, that they are actually put and released in the right order.
So
it would be so weird to see like something that takes place after a certain movie come first, and for that other movie to be put next, and they all have to work together in order to get this down.
Yeah.
Where most movie production companies only have to be like, okay, well, why don't we push this one solo film back certain, and then we'll move this movie over here. You can't do that with any of the Marvel movies. They have to come in order.
It's too interwoven at this point, especially after Infinity War. It's way too much woven. So do you think that by moving Doctor Strange to give Spider-Man 3, that's right. Do you think that means in this coming Spider-Man we're going to see a bit of like the Doctor Strange multiverse stuff, and that's why they're wanting to make sure that the Spider-Man comes out before Doctor Strange 2? Like there could be some sort of weird multiverse.
Maybe. Especially, I mean, because what is it? They're bringing out Spider-Man in the multiverse, or the Spider-Verse. Sorry, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
They're bringing out, Spider-Man in the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, so that's going to be interesting. Speaking of Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse sequel.
Into the Spider-Verse.
That's it. Okay. Is going to open on October 7th, 2022 instead of April 8th, 2022. So it's going to be interesting, and I think like we're come like 2021, 2022, I'm just all the extra money we have is going to be spent on like going to see these movies, because I miss seeing movies in big theaters. I miss like sitting down, sharing popcorn, having soda,
nachos, corn dogs.
Yeah, all the things that we shouldn't eat because it's bad for us, but we eat them anyways. Like, I kind of miss going to ArcLight, doing like a press screening, and just being like, I know I didn't eat. I know I should eat after I get home, but damn, those hot dogs look real good right now. So I go and pay like an outrageous like ArcLight, price.
It's like $7-8 for a hot dog,
and I enjoy every bite.
They are quite delicious.
They prep it for you. They're like, what do you want on it? You're like, oh. I do love ArcLight. I miss it. I miss the theater so much. Okay. Moving on to other movies that are being delayed. Mission Impossible, the 7th installment, that was originally going to be out on July 23rd, 2021. Now it's going to come out 4 months later. So it now will be out on November 19th, 2021. And then the 8th one, which was going to be out August 5th, 2022, is going to come out November 4th, 2022.
Which also kind of tickled something in the back of my head. I'm like, wait a second. They're coming out a year apart. I'm really wondering if they're planning on filming Mission Impossible 7 and Mission Impossible 8 in the same time. Kind of pull, what is that called? A Lord of the Rings? To just film them all together, because it would take a lot more than just a year to film one, put it out, and then start filming another one, and then put it out.
Yes.
It seems like they're going to probably film them together and then have one carry into the other. Yeah. So I'm curious to see how they're going to be doing the production on that.
And we also talked about this off screen right before we started. Tom Cruise was actually about to travel right before this whole thing happened to start production on Mission Impossible 7, and it was going to be filmed in Italy, in Venice, Italy. And I was like, oh my god, I'm glad he didn't go, because he may have gotten sick.
Yep.
Yeah, and not just him,
but like the entire,
like that's so many people working on a production like
that is a huge production,
massive production. Like it, I've rarely been on a set with less than like 50 people. And that's at the very minimal.
Yeah.
Very minimal for any sort of like production, whether it's TV, film, or production. Like that's the bare minimal. So what else did I want to talk about as far as this goes? I think was that it?
Oh yeah. Another movie that I'm super excited about that got pushed back a little bit further is Dungeons and Dragons. I'm really curious to see how they're going to do this, how they're going to handle it, because the big thing about Dungeons and Dragons is the fact that there's really no set characters. It really is more about the world building and about having your own personal character.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious on what kind of mythology they're going to build, where they're going, I mean, what exactly they're going to take, and how are they going to make it different than Lord of the Rings? So people who haven't really been exposed to Dungeons and Dragons won't be like, well, this is just a Tolkien ripoff.
Ugh.
Kind of a thing.
So sick of hearing that.
But I can see how if you're not educated to it, I mean, or if you are not exposed to it, how you can think, oh yeah, that's just a ripoff of something else.
It's interesting that you said. Sorry, I just interrupted you. Go
ahead.
No.
Well, and I was just going to say that. So I'm excited to see how they're going to handle it. I hope that they do kind of more of like a Game of Thrones thing, to where they have you can't really say who the main characters are.
There's just like your lead characters, like kind of like Lord of the Rings too,
where you would just have a huge amount of characters, and it's more about building the world than it is about telling one particular story. And you can have all of these different worlds, or all of these different events that are happening that kind of congeal into this one big story arc.
When you said congeal, all I could think was like the green jello, the gelatinous cube from Onward.
Yeah, a gelatinous cube.
Yeah. So it's interesting that you were saying that, because I was thinking about it in my head, and then Jack Robbins in the chat said it. What if they did the movie like a Jumanji? So they had a table of like tabletop players, and then they get sucked into the game. Like, that would be, it could be a little tongue-in-cheek, but if they did it right, it could also work.
I think it would
end up... That introduces the game and the world.
I guess it depends. If you want to kind of do a more comedic take on it, then yeah, that's probably a good way to go. However, I think I would much rather see this world developed.
So more like how Warcraft was?
Kind of. Not the way Warcraft was executed.
Not a good example.
Where there's kind of more of this entire world. And I guess you could even start off with a small group of adventurers, and the world slowly gets revealed as they go out and do adventures.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that it's a very difficult property to be able to handle, and you just need someone who's really good at telling stories.
Hire Matt Mercer.
Yeah, get Matt Mercer.
He could be the narrator for the whole thing. He can co-write it, everything. He's a critter, in case you guys didn't know. I don't really watch, but I'm aware of all the personalities on the show. Some of my friends have been on the show, which is like Amy Dallin.
Yeah. Well, and also we have a lot of friends that do a lot of their own channels. There's my buddy Adam does a Dragons and is on Twitch. On Twitch called Dragons and Things, and they're doing a ton of different games. It's hard to keep up with all of them because they're all 2, 3, 4 hours long. Yeah. So I want to continue with the story, but I'm just like, oh, that's a big commitment of time.
Yes. Yeah. But the D&D stuff, like, so the movie was originally going to come out on November 19, 2021. Now it's going to be pushed back to May 27, 2022. I think the good thing is that they're like, oh, let's just make it a summer movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's always, to me, I was like, ooh, a summer movie. Okay.
Oh, and Blade. Yep. I want to see that animation show of the Critical Role, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be Vox Machina, but before they started their story, before they started streaming on Twitch or on YouTube.
Oh.
So, but I'm very curious on what they're going to do. I'm super excited to see that. I'm still not done with the Vox Machina storyline because, there's 170 some odd episodes that are 4 hours long.
Maybe we should do like a whole separate live stream one day just talk about D&D because this could go for hours.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. You're excited about it.
Because I get super excited about it. And
you and Blake could do a show.
Woo! Yeah!
Yeah, Blake is into
Dungeons and Dragons!
I'm going to scroll through the chat because I think I saw another person. Let's see. Hi, David. David Schulf. Oh, God, I'm going to butcher your last name. Schleifer? No, I'm saying it wrong. I'm sorry. Hi, David. So, have you any information on the new Dune movies? Not anything new from what I've heard.
We had the first photos.
The photos.
And then all the first look stuff.
I did download one of many of the audiobooks. So I'm going to start on that. As soon as I finish Dr. Sleep, I actually still haven't finished listening to it. I know the story. I know how it's going to end, but I wanted to actually, get to the end of it before I start a new book. I have, it's a weird tendency where I feel like, same thing with, food. It's I have to finish this package of something before I open the next package of something for the books. It's the same thing. I have
even
a hard
when we
time
go to dinner, if she has, 5 different things on her plate, she'll eat one, then she'll eat, she'll first eat her mashed potatoes, then she'll eat her vegetables, then she'll eat her meat, and it would just, for me, I'm like,
oh my gosh. Blade GTR also had a really good comment about D&D, that the format of the movie could maybe go off an 80s D&D cartoon.
Ooh.
That would be really interesting.
That's going to be tough, too. I've seen a little bit of the 80s cartoon, and it was a little cheesy. Well, it's an 80s cartoon, so of course it's going to be a little cheesy. Yeah. But yeah, where they get pulled into the game, and the different people get
different abilities,
programmed as certain people. The smallest kid was actually the barbarian.
So really?
Yeah.
Interesting. How? Were they a halfling?
No, well, as in the kid who was the youngest in the group, who was playing as a barbarian, happened to, when they get sucked into the game, also is the class of the barbarian.
I see.
I think that would be cool if they did if they're doing a D&D movie. I think you should really go with the world, and you are actually in that world, as opposed, and then if you did a cartoon, or say even a Netflix series, then you could probably pull off more of the people get sucked into the game.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
I guess we'll see. We'll find out and see. 2022, it sounds very far away for now, but, we will see.
Next week sounds far away.
But we're already at the end of April. Can you believe it? So, yeah. Here's the comment I was looking for. Andrew Valdez wrote, wasn't the multiverse teased at the end of Far From Home, so we know it's going to be a part of the plot of the third movie. So I think Andrew hit it right on the nose. I know
they mentioned it. I remember when
because of
when Peter was like, "There's a multiverse," and everyone got super excited. But I think we found out in the end that Mysterio wasn't really from another universe or from an alternate reality. It was just something he made up, and he says, you say anything these days. After we've had aliens attack New York, you can say anything and people are going to believe it.
But I feel like you never know. Mysterio, one of the things with Mysterio is you can't trust anything he says.
Exactly.
So what he said could also be a lie about that it doesn't exist.
But they did also they first mentioned the multiverse in the very first Doctor Strange. So who are you in this multiverse?
Right. So that I feel like that can actually really play into it. So that could be a theory why, at least that's our theory, that why Spider-Man would be released prior to Doctor Strange, and it could either be a setup or an intro, or they don't want to spoil anything. So that's really, really exciting.
I would love to see some connection between Spider-Man and Tom Holland Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse.
Oh, Miles?
And
Miles.
With Miles Morales.
And
Spider-Gwen.
Yes, I need more Spider-Gwen.
I can't remember, the black and white Spider-Man that was cloaked. And
the Spider-Man Noir?
Noir, yeah. I was I couldn't quite get it out of my mouth. But to have some kind of mix or reference to
It's
those
gotta
in
be.
each other's movies.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Okay, we gotta move on. Because we could.
We started talking about D&D. Sorry.
We could seriously talk about this all day. So if you guys are interested in hearing more about stuff like that, maybe we'll make that like the topic for next Saturday's stream. Just let us know, whether in the chat or in the comments. But we are there. There's some new movie news, sort of. So there is a psychology. Said that wrong. Psychological thriller coming by Olivia Wilde, and it's going to have Florence Pugh, Shia LaBeouf, Chris Pine in it. It's called Don't Worry, Darling. And Olivia Wilde's gonna be producing this movie. It's gonna be from New Line Cinema, and this is set in an isolated utopian community in the 1950s California desert. Just hearing it kind of gave me like a bit of like, ooh, I don't know. It gives me like Hill Have Eyes vibe, like desert California.
Actually, it made
utopian.
me think more of like, what was that movie that recently came out where they go on to that retreat and then it turns out to be a cult that comes around.
Oh, you mean also with Florence Pugh,
Midsummer, yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds a little bit more like that, to where it's an isolated community and they have a deep, dark secret.
Oh, Midsummer really creeped me out. That's like a movie, kind of like Hereditary, you just watch once. I will never watch her. It's Hereditary is really, really good. I cannot watch it again. Those images have, like, I can still like vividly. Nope. Okay, can't go there. But I am excited about it. I really like what Olivia Wilde's been doing. If you haven't seen Booksmart yet, it's excellent. I really, really like it. It's a lot of fun. Check it out. So that's what kind of makes me excited about it. I like the cast. Florence Pugh right now is like the hot star. She's so great in all the roles that she's been given. She crushed it in Fighting with My Family and Little Women. We're gonna get to see her whenever that will be in Black Widow. So I just can't wait. She's like crushing it. She's easy to watch and she's really like transformative, because a lot of the characters, even though it's played by her, sometimes I feel like she disappears. Like Florence Pugh, the person disappears into that role, and you forget that it's her. Like I love that when an actor fully commits, and you're just like, yes. So I
don't even recognize you anymore.
Yeah, like I forget. You're like, oh right, Florence Pugh. So I cannot wait. Olivia Wilde is great and something to look forward to, and definitely gonna keep like my ears and my eyes open about like more info about this movie. Okay, so some of the other things we've been doing with our time is we've been binge watching a new show on Netflix, and we are not ashamed to admit it. We just finished Too Hot to Handle on Netflix. And you're thinking, what? Why are you guys watching trashy TV? That's kind of what we thought too. And honestly, if we weren't in this like pandemic, I don't know if I would have clicked on it. I
don't think we would have given it the chance, because it seemed really cheesy. It seemed really just like, oh my gosh, this is like scraping the bottom of the barrel for ideas of reality shows.
That's what we thought. And honestly, I think maybe I wouldn't have asked you to be like, can you sit down with me and just watch one episode of this? I think
you would have just watched it. I think I would
have watched it, but I wouldn't have bugged you about it.
Yeah.
But because we're in this whole situation, I was like, will you watch it with me? So if you guys don't know about Too Hot to Handle, the premise is they have, like, I think like 10 or 12 contestants come, and they're just like young, sexy, horny people.
Well, that's the whole thing, is that they're like, all of them are horny.
Yeah, and the thing is that they don't really focus on the relationship or like connection building aspect of any sort of relationship. They're just after the physical and the attractive thing right now, and then they move on to it, and they're not building any connections. Initially I thought, oh, okay, it's a movie, it's a show about hooking up. No thanks, I'm not watching that. And then there was a plot twist, and they say it in the trailer. So the premise is that they're all in this beautiful like tropical getaway retreat thing
for like a whole month.
Literally every single person looks like a supermodel, like
ripped,
fit, gorgeous. Yeah, and I'm just like, wow, how are you gonna resist? Like, this is just gonna be like just literally too hot to handle. And the premise is that there is a prize money of $100,000, and they can have that if they don't engage in any physical sexual activities.
Not even kissing.
You can like like do like a cuddle, and you can hold hands. You can maybe kiss on the cheek, but you can't like lips on lips.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, that's interesting. And at first I was just like, no. And then we watched the first episode. We're like, oh,
okay. We'll give this a try.
Yeah. So the show really does focus on teaching these people that like, hey, look, like you are not actually making connections, and the longer you go being this way, the less you will have an opportunity to learn about certain people in your life. And we don't want, kind of essentially helping them out in just in case they got stuck in that circle of just like swipe right, swipe right, swipe right.
And it's a cool, I mean, honestly, at first I thought it started off pretty good, but then it does fall into some trashy reality TV tropes.
Yeah, in like mid-season. There's only 8 episodes.
Yeah, there's not that many, and neither of them are an hour long. They're like, some of them are like 40 minutes, so it's a quick little binge. But the beginning, I think, is really good. Then it does kind of teeter off at the end. And then by the end, you're just kind of like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's a good kind of way to end this quick little show.
Yeah. So it's definitely not like, it has a bit of like a trashy connotation to it as far as like trashy TV goes and reality TV goes. And it's certainly produced to look like that. But it's not so like, you don't feel so gross when you watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like some reality shows that I've watched in the past where I'm just like, why am I watching this? And this one is really not so much of that for us. So it will be, it's interesting. If you guys have watched it, any of it, go ahead and let us know in the chat, in the comments. Let us know what you think, who your favorite person is. Ours is Chloe from the show.
Yeah, I thought Chloe was fun.
She's the best.
She's funny.
She's so funny.
Definitely so she exactly knows who she is, and she goes, I'm a little dim. And she has this great British accent.
And she calls everybody babe.
Babe.
She's so cute. She's so cute. Okay, so since we're talking about Netflix, there is a beloved series, animated series, coming soon to Netflix, and that is Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Go Team Avatar!
Team Avatar! Yip yip!
Yip yip, Papa!
So this is coming to Netflix on, I think it's May 15th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all 3 seasons. So not just one, you're gonna get all 3, which is like really exciting. If you haven't watched Avatar: The Last Airbender, the animated series, I suggest you get on it.
Amazing. It is like groundbreakingly amazing.
Yeah.
Just the animation, the storyline, and watch it. It is definitely worth the 3-season binge.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so much fun. We still quote various moments and scenes from the movie till this day, even though I think
the movie.
No. Why did I say that?
The TV show. The cartoon. And this is
also
also different than from the live action series that Netflix will be coming out, which I still need to look into a little bit more.
I hope it's not like the movie.
Well, I'm pretty sure Netflix is going to be working their hardest to, one, overcome that, what is that called? Bad taste in your mouth that the movie actually gave a ton of people for this.
So bad. The movie was so bad. But we're not here to talk about the movie because we could literally sit here and like trash talk it. But I don't want to do that. I would just say instead of watching that, watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, the series, when it comes out on Netflix on May 15th. And I don't know if Legend of Korra is also available on Netflix.
I don't think so.
Wherever you can find it, go ahead and watch that too. But I would say don't watch Korra until you watch Avatar because it kind of does, in a way. There is some time between the 2 series, but Korra does come after the timeline of the original Avatar: The Last Airbender. So watch that first. The fighting and the element bending and the whole story. And
that's one of the best things about the cartoon. Yeah,
the character arcs and the development is phenomenal. Like it's so good, and we have like I mean obviously I have my favorite character. But there's all of them you can really love. Even the like the simple side characters, like the My Lettuce guy.
My cabbage.
My cabbages. Or Judy.
She's a really fun character.
Yeah.
There's a lot in that show that's, there's some moments where you're like, are kids going to get this? I mean, this is some mature kind of material to be talking about.
Yeah.
So it's always really cool to see cartoons do that. Yeah. Not dumb it down for kids and really play on some mature themes that is really important to kind of have kids learn and experience.
Yeah, exactly. So mark your calendars. When it comes out, you haven't seen the Avatar: The Last Airbender yet, check it out. We highly recommend it. And we have a comment from Debbie who writes, "Did you hear about The Mandalorian getting season 3 already?"
Actually, I have not.
Oh, I saw it the other day.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I don't remember. I was skimming through Twitter or I was doing something on the interwebs and I saw it, but I didn't really look into it. To me, it makes sense for them to start planning it. Season 1 obviously was a hit.
Phenomenal.
Everybody is looking forward to season 2. I imagine the excitement's going to continue to build once Disney Gallery, The Mandalorian comes out. When people see all the behind the scenes, the making of, I know we're excited to see that. So, yeah, like season 3 makes sense to me. I am excited about it. I just want them to take their time.
More Star Wars, please.
More Star Wars,
From the Clone Wars, which is amazing with the last 2 episodes that we've seen, to the gallery.
Oh yes, Debbie, you did send me. That's where I saw it. I was like, where did I see it? Yes, Debbie did send me. That's what it was. Too many things happening. Sometimes I don't remember. Thank you, Debbie, for sending that over.
Thank you.
That's like, it's good news. It's really good news as long as they take their time and they're not now just doing it as a cash grab. Like, oh, people will watch it. People will buy the merch. Da 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 da. I want them to take as much time and effort and thought into developing it to give us like a well-rounded good series and not just like, oh, just pump out some stuff because people watch it. I don't want it to become that. So I definitely look forward to it. Okay. So.
Oh yeah, and Jack, live action Ahsoka movie. I would love to see that.
Oh man. Yeah. Well, we're gonna I think the deciding factor for me is kind of see how they do it.
How they handle a live action Ahsoka in The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense.
And then we'll get to that. Okay. So before we move on to Mad Libs, you guys, let's see if anybody wants a copy of the digital copy of Cinderella 2 and 3.
People are like, they made sequels to Cinderella?
Look, it's free. If you're curious to check it out, we have the digital code here for you. You have to be a U.S. resident. I'm sorry, it's not my rule. It's their rule. It's like
stupid rule.
The code just doesn't work for anyone outside of the U.S. apparently. So if you're interested in Cinderella 2 and 3, you get 2 movies in 1. Let us know in the chat. And Justin, oh no.
We've been together for over 11 years.
Oh no.
You call me Justin. I am offended.
I wanted to say Dustin will jot it down and all my words got jumbled.
Justin will dot it down.
That probably is exactly how
Okay. I'm dyslexic, so I understand.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry about that. Okay, I'm gonna check the chat just to see. Yeah. Oh my god. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I still love you.
Okay, let me see if anybody is saying. Party's asking about thoughts on Scoops going to digital. I think it's a good choice. I think we talked about this towards the beginning of the show. I think that World Tour is having great success in that platform. Yeah. And I think Scoop will have just as much success. And I think
because people are looking for things to watch. Yeah. And especially if they were looking forward to seeing it in the movies, in the theaters, then they'll be like, yeah, you know what? I'll dish out, I think it's like what, $20? And just have
really?
Well, I think that's what is it called? Trolls. It's $20 to rent it. But, if you're going to go to a theater, after you pay for 2 tickets, popcorn, soda, candy, that's $40-$50 right there. Yeah. So, I mean, it's a good price, and if you have kids, then you don't have to pay for all those tickets either.
Party just let us know it's $24.99 to buy and $19.99 to rent. Oh. So there you go. Yeah. There you go.
Cool.
So that's something we can look forward to. It's just like there's so many free, not free ones because we pay for the Netflix and stuff, but there's so many that I want to watch. So it's even though with like not having to travel to go and sit at work and work, for like 8 hours a day and then come back, then your time's limited. Even though we're home essentially all day, that we still are trying to keep some sort of a working schedule.
Yeah, we try to do the whole like 10 to 6. Try to put in like 8 hours. Yeah. But you know how it happens. You get distracted.
You're home. The dogs are here. You lay down for a little bit, and that's that. Okay, before I move on to Mad Libs, I'm not seeing anybody who wants the Cinderella thing, so it's just,
so then we're good. Let's move on to Mad Libs.
Okay, and then before you do that, Jack Robbins wrote, I need to know what's going on with Mulan. I don't have any answers for you, Jack. I haven't heard anything about whether or not I know that Mulan, they had moved to like June something this year to release. I don't know if that's going to get pushed back. I don't know if they're going to change it again. What I don't think they will do, and I hope I'm wrong. Wait, I hope I'm not wrong. I hope that they don't go the route of just putting it on digital. I think the crew worked really, really hard on this. A lot of people worked very hard on this. I think the cinematography, and they went to locations like China and New Zealand, which is actually where I got this necklace. On the set visit of Mulan. I mean, they didn't give it to me. I purchased it at a store. Yeah, I don't want it. I don't want to see it not get its theatrical release. So that's all I'll say about that. Because there's no other news,
and honestly, until we know more about what's going on in the world, I mean, until we have a better idea of how we can go back to normal life, we're never really going to know exactly what's going to happen, because things are most likely going to constantly get pushed back, rearranged.
Yeah.
Right now, they're all of the studios are just like, well, let's push it back till as far as we think it's going to be able to release these movies, and then if it gets worse, they will just push them back even more.
Yeah, I think some of the big tentpole movies, and we've talked about this in the past, I don't think that they will release some of the big tentpole movies.
There's too much money
on digital. They spend an extravagant amount of money to create this movie. It is meant for the big screen. Like Patty Jenkins even said it. She's like, it's meant for this. We'll wait. And people worked for years on these movies, so. Yeah. Okay. Mad Lib time. You guys get your adjectives and stuff ready. Oh, where's our little cheat sheet for adjectives and stuff?
Which one is which?
Which one is which? Okay, so we are this one is Guardians of the Galaxy is the theme for both our Mad Libs today. They're kind of short, so we will go ahead and start with that. First, I need a plural noun and an adjective. That's the first.
An adjective is description of something. No, describing. Yeah, adjective. Yes. So lumpy, soft, ugly, messy, short, tall.
So adjectives describes. It's a word that you would use to describe something or someone. So
exactly.
Lumpy, soft. What else do they have? Ugly, messy, and short.
So we need a plural noun and an adjective, and while we're at it, a normal noun. Just a noun.
Stuffy.
Good. That's actually quite appropriate.
Yeah, it's springtime. It feels like summertime because yesterday was like almost 100 degrees here in LA, and my allergy have been flaring up, and it sucks.
I can't believe how weird it goes. I mean, we were having rain for the last month straight, and it was kind of cold, and then all of a sudden, it just went from raining to being roasting hot. So where like the high was in the 60s, now it's 94, 96.
Like I don't even know how to do anything, how to dress. Okay, next word I need is occupation and next 3 words that I need: occupation, an adjective, and vehicle.
A vehicle?
A vehicle.
Wow, that's actually kind of weird. I don't think we've ever had a vehicle before.
That's a fun word to say. Vehicle.
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 So let's see who here has some funny vehicles.
Go outrageous, guys. I mean, it doesn't have to be technically a car. Right?
It's funny, because there'll be like nothing on the comments, and then all of a sudden they'll go, I'm like, shit. Ute.
I think there was an adjective that I missed earlier.
Okay.
I'm gonna find it.
Did we have an adjectives? Are you going to put... Sometimes Wendy likes to put down the words and be like, I'm not going to tell them which one I'm putting down.
I don't like
so it's just more funny.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Ha!
Wait, I still need I forgot to pick a...
Well, okay, so, oh yeah, we need I think there's a couple occupations up there. Oh, we need another occupation.
Oh.
So we have 2 occupations.
Okay, drop another occupation, if you will, in the chat, guys.
A verb ending in ing.
And what is a verb?
A verb is an action, right?
Mm-hmm.
A verb is an action word. Run, pitch, jump, swim.
Yep.
And past tense, but we're not doing past tense on this one.
Nope, not yet. Okay, let's see. Verb ending in ing. Oh, that's funny.
You like that one for the...
Yep.
Scroll that over. There we go.
Okay.
And... oh, we need some more vehicles. Verbs.
Really? More
plural
vehicles?
nouns. Adjective. Start writing random words down. Maybe we'll...
Okay. Another adjective? Really?
Mm-hmm.
So many adjectives.
That's the thing. We need a lot of adjectives.
Yeah, so right now we are looking for an adjective, 2 verbs, and a noun.
And a plural noun.
Yeah.
Then 2 more adjectives and a vehicle.
We need a lot. Oh, that's a good plural noun there. Where is it?
And sometimes it's more fun to kind of just randomly do these, so you don't know exactly which order all of these are going to be coming in.
Yeah.
So yeah, what is that? So that's did you tell them the title of what that one was?
No, I didn't. I just told them it was...
We'll tell them the title after we get done. And then we still have a second one to jump into.
That's going to be funny. Looking for verbs.
That's my evil maniacal laugh.
Guys, we need... I gotta...
So does anyone else have a really good, evil, maniacal laugh? Of course, we're not able to hear it.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
That would be cool if you could actually put like a little soundbite into the comment section.
Mm-hmm.
So...
vehicle. Where are all my vehicles?
That's a good vehicle.
Mm-hmm. Okay, looking for...
noun, and...
adjective, verbs, and 3 nouns.
An adjective, a verb, and 3 nouns.
That's a...
I love it, David. That's an awesome maniacal laugh.
Verb.
Kind of like Dino Riders, right?
Yeah.
I miss that show. Does anyone else remember Dino Riders?
No.
I mean, I was little when that show came out, and I remember being obsessed with Dino Riders. I remember having the T-Rex that had, what were they called? The boxer? I think they were like brain boxers. I think it was what was like the thing that they put on their head so they can control the dinosaurs.
Oh.
The bad guys. The bad guys controlled the dinosaurs, but the good guys had like a gem or something that they were able to communicate with the dinosaurs.
Whoops. Oh.
Early 80s cartoons. They're just, they just don't make them like they used to.
Okay, I'm just grabbing the last 2 nouns.
Just 2 more nouns? And then we have this one completed.
Okay, 1 more noun, and then maybe we can just put up dinosaurs.
Okay.
Okay.
For a noun?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess that would be
person, place, or thing.
Very true.
Okay. All right.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll.
Yay. And the theme, or should I say the title for today's Mad Lib is Star-Lord, man. Star-Lord. So here we go. Who? That's my favorite meme to use when I don't know, like, I'm like, who is she? And I like put in like that giant Hanso.
Who?
The best. One of my favorite memes to use. Definitely overused. Okay, here we go. Young Peter Quill was abducted from Earth in 1988 by the Pencils, a group of stuffy pirates. Now, decades after his abduction, Peter feels like he is alone in the time machine, and he spends his time working as a boxer. Peter's most loudmouth possessions are his cassette player, a beloved mixtape, and his clown car, the Milano. He lives by the code of the Ravagers, spinning from everyone. But when he steals a very valuable and dreamy orb, a gynecologist is sent to jump him. Okay. Still, Peter is determined to snore the orb. He forms a sunglasses with a group of disturbing misfits, the roller skates of the galaxy. Traveling in his trusty speeder, I wonder if I should have used the same vehicle. Traveling in his trusty clown car, the Milano, he sets out to make a Dustin for himself. Star-Lord man, legendary Dino Saucer.
Woo! I love it.
Kyle says that went from 0 to 100. Yes, it did. I really didn't realize I put those two together, and wow, am I glad I did. A gynecologist is sent to jump him.
I don't want to be jumped by a gynecologist.
I just got a really horrible.
Now turn your head and cough.
In my head, no! No! Where's the Steve Carell meme? No!
No!
Oh my gosh. Okay, I feel like we need to save the next one for another day.
I think that's a good
continuation
idea.
For next week, because these two actually can go she just drank water. That's Navi coughing. She coughs after she drinks water.
Because she doesn't drink water. You know, Falcor, when he drinks water, he's like, yeah, he has like a rhythm to it.
And he breathes.
Navi, on the other hand, goes, and like, I have no idea why she's never learned, maybe I shouldn't drink water like this, because after every single time she drinks it, she starts hacking.
Yeah. I don't know why you do what you do.
You're a dork. But you're so cute. Come here, Navi.
That was a good Mad Lib, you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Thank you guys so much for joining in the ad libs. The Mad Lib.
Bye, everybody.
That's not how she would talk. Is that your voice? No. Is that my voice?
Is that my voice? Pull the lever, Crunk. Wrong lever.
Oh my god. So we will continue next week with the next installment of Guardians of the Galaxy Mad Lib next Saturday. Thank you guys so much for joining us. I don't think anyone even wants the Cinderella 2 or 3, and don't feel bad if you don't want it. I mean, it's just, it's free for us to give away. So
yeah, we're just trying to find things to help involve you guys more, because we really appreciate you guys. We love the fact that you come in and watch us just babble about random stuff and about our
Mad
day
Libs with us.
And being able to see our puppies, our cute and adorable little puppies.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. There's a subscribe button somewhere down here. And you can follow us too on social media. You can follow us at Wendy Lee Zany, just my name, or the movie couple _ or no underscore, depending on if you're using Twitter or Instagram. Thank you so much again. We will see you guys next Wednesday for more whatever news we can find in this crazy time it is now.
Bye,
say bye, Natalie. Bye.
Bye, bye,
We'll see you guys next time.
You're so cute.
Bye. Oops. There we go. Okay, bye.